Vanessa King grew up knowing comfort. Money was never a problem, and attention came easily to her. By the time she reached her late 20s, she had built a life many people could only dream of. She lived in a high-rise apartment overlooking the city, wore designer clothes without checking the price, and moved through exclusive spaces where her name alone opened doors. At night, Vanessa became someone else entirely. The city lights reflected in her eyes as she stepped into clubs filled with music and excitement. People noticed her immediately, her confidence, her laughter, the way she owned every room she entered. Cameras flashed. Strangers wanted to be close to her. She loved the feeling of being admired. It was during one of these nights that drugs first found her. Someone she trusted pressed a small pill into her hand and told her it would make the night even better. Vanessa hesitated, not because she feared it, but because she didn't think she needed it. Still, curiosity won. She swallowed the pill, and within minutes, warmth spread through her body. The music felt louder, the lights brighter, her worries quieter. That night stayed with her long after it ended. She told herself it was just a one-time thing. But the next party came, and then another. Soon, drugs became a familiar companion, a pill to feel confident, powder to stay awake, something else to help her sleep afterward. Vanessa never thought of it as addiction. She believed addiction happened to weak people, people without money or control. She was neither, or so she thought. Her mother noticed the changes slowly but clearly. Vanessa stopped visiting. Phone calls went unanswered. When they did speak, Vanessa sounded distant, impatient, irritated by concern. Her eyes were often red and tired, her temper short. One evening, her mother sat across from her, hands trembling, and begged her to stop. "You're not yourself anymore," she said softly. "I'm scared for you." Vanessa reacted with anger. She accused her mother of exaggerating, of judging a life she didn't understand. She walked away that night believing love was trying to cage her freedom. As months passed, the drugs demanded more. Vanessa needed stronger doses to feel the same effects. Sleep became rare, food felt unnecessary, her thoughts moved too fast, racing endlessly, never resting. Some nights she talked for hours without stopping. Other nights she locked herself inside, convinced people were watching her. Friends began to worry. A few suggested therapy. Others mentioned rehab. Vanessa cut them off immediately. She accused them of jealousy, of wanting to see her fall. One by one, the people who genuinely cared about her disappeared. Those who remained were not friends. They encouraged her habits, laughed at her paranoia, and stayed close only for access to her money and drugs. Vanessa felt surrounded, yet deeply alone. Her mind started to betray her. She heard whispers when no one was there. She saw shadows move in empty rooms. She believed people were plotting against her. Mirrors frightened her. Sometimes she didn't recognize the face staring back. She still dressed beautifully, still attended parties, but something inside her had broken. The final collapse came on a cold, rainy night. Vanessa left the club alone, shaking, her heart racing uncontrollably. She felt followed, hunted by voices only she could hear. She wandered barefoot into the streets, screaming at invisible enemies, tearing at her clothes, begging for the noise to stop. Cars slowed, strangers stared, some recorded, others stepped back in fear. When the ambulance arrived, Vanessa didn't know her own name. At the hospital, doctors spoke carefully to her mother. Years of heavy drug abuse had caused severe mental damage. Recovery would take time, years, possibly forever. Some parts of her mind might never return. The lights went out quietly. The luxury disappeared. The parties ended. Vanessa now lived in a small, silent room where days blended together. She spent hours staring at walls. Sometimes she laughed without reason. Sometimes she cried and couldn't explain why. Often she said nothing at all. Her mother visited often, sitting beside her, holding her hand, mourning the daughter she once knew. Vanessa rarely recognized her. Drugs had promised excitement, escape, and control. Instead, they stole her peace, her identity, and her future. Vanessa's story is a warning written in pain. Drug abuse does not destroy lives overnight. It begins gently, disguised as pleasure, and then it takes everything, slowly, mercilessly. Say no to drugs, before the lights go out in your life too.